Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. Meghan Markle's bold move. Is she poised to captivate a rival streaming giant after Netflix setbacks? The California morning sun spilled across the polished marble floors of the Montecito mansion, but inside, the atmosphere was far from serene. Meghan Markle paced the length of her office, bare feet padding softly against a vintage Persian rug, her phone locked in a white-knuckled grip. The Duchess of Sussex had weathered storms, from tabloid uproars to Hollywood whispers, but this was something different, something urgent. Something she needed to turn around. A series of disappointing numbers from her recent Netflix projects had rattled the streaming world. Executives whispered. Analysts speculated. And Meghan, ever the strategist, understood that a weak moment was also an opportunity for reinvention. Which is why she was preparing to charm one of Netflix's biggest rivals. A phone call worth millions. Meghan, they're ready for you. Abigail, her new communications chief, a polished former Silicon Valley player, hovered by the door. Meghan inhaled deeply, smoothing the satin lapel of her copper-colored wrap dress. She was determined to present calm, even if behind her amber eyes, a storm brewed. The screen lit up. Starway Studios. Vice President Langford. Starway had risen fast, now snapping at the heels of Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon. They wanted prestige content. And Meghan? She wanted a home that believed in her creative vision, one that would treat her like the Hollywood player she always longed to be. Hello, Victoria, Meghan began, her voice warm, melodic, controlled. I'm so thrilled we could finally connect. On the other end, Victoria Langford, one of Hollywood's sharpest executives, offered a clipped hello. The woman was known for two things, a billion-dollar instinct and an absolute inability to tolerate nonsense. We've reviewed your pitch deck, Langford said. Some ideas are ambitious. Meghan smiled. Ambition built this town. It was a line she'd used before, but she knew it still hit. New projects, new image, new pressure. Her pitch to Starway included 4 bold projects, a glossy lifestyle docuseries showcasing women who reinvented themselves after adversity, an adaptation of an underappreciated feminist novel, a behind-the-scenes political education program for Gen Z, a scripted drama inspired by a fictional royal-adjacent family, spicy, but legally safe. But Victoria Langford didn't give praise easily. Some of these concepts resemble what you pitched to Netflix before, Langford noted. And Netflix seemed to pass. A flicker of tension tightened Meghan's jaw. Netflix doesn't always recognize potential, she replied lightly, though her pulse quickened. But Starway has vision. That's why I'm reaching out. What she didn't say aloud was that she needed Starway more than she wanted to admit. The Netflix honeymoon was over. The early blockbuster success of the Sussexes docuseries had faded. Their animated project had been shuttered. Their corporate deal felt shaky, and media critics sniffed blood in the water. But Meghan Markle was never one to retreat quietly. If you're willing to take a chance, Meghan continued, I believe we can produce something groundbreaking and profitable. Langford paused, long enough for Meghan to wonder whether the connection had dropped. Then, let's talk specifics. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, in London, the royal household was buzzing with its own brand of chaos. Meghan's potential move to a Netflix rival had trickled into palace corridors, sparking mutterings from aides who'd seen enough drama for a lifetime. At Clarence House, King Charles absorbed the news in silence, sipping his afternoon Darjeeling. I suppose, he said dryly to his private secretary, Hollywood thrives on reinvention. William wasn't nearly as serene. He rubbed the bridge of his nose in frustration during a Kensington Palace briefing. What does she want this time? He muttered. Every few months there's a new production, a new expose, a campaign effort. A press advisor replied cautiously, the narrative will be that she's pivoting, sir. Rebuilding her brand. William gave a weary exhale. Her brand always seems to involve us. But in a moment of honesty, he admitted to himself, Meghan was relentless, strategic, and for better or worse, effective. If she landed a major multi-project deal with Starway, the ripple effects would reach the palace again. Back in Montecito, negotiations heat up. Victoria Langford's tone shifted from cautious to analytical. Meghan, what we want at Starway is bold content. Unique content. Not repackaged royal family gossip. Meghan leaned back in her leather chair, a slow smile forming. Victoria, I agree. But authenticity sells. Reinvention sells. And no one understands reinvention better than I do. Langford didn't deny it. Picture this, Meghan said. A docudrama following American women who broke barriers in elite institutions. It's not about me. It's about society. Change. Identity. Transformation. Who would host? Langford asked. Meghan hesitated only a beat. I would. There it was, the centerpiece of the pitch. The return of Meghan Markle, not as Duchess, not as royal disruptor, but as brand leader. A polished, camera-ready, socially conscious narrator of other women's triumphs and pain. It was perfect. It was marketable. And it was something no palace could silence. Victoria inhaled. We may be interested. Harry walks in. Just then, Harry appeared in the doorway, barefoot, holding 2 green smoothies. He offered her one, raising an eyebrow. How's it going? He whispered. Meghan covered the mic. Potentially game-changing. Harry nodded, though his expression held more caution than excitement. He had grown weary of negotiations, meetings, decisions picked apart by tabloids. But he knew this. Meghan had fire. When her creative energy surged, he followed. Langford's voice returned. We'd need to see revised proposals. And metrics. And ideally, something new. Something you haven't shown anyone. Meghan's heart drummed. She had one idea locked away, unshared, too daring for Netflix. But maybe daring was exactly what she needed now. There is something, she said. My most personal project yet. Harry looked startled. She hadn't told him. We'll set up a full pitch meeting, Langford said. Email my assistant. And Meghan, bring your A-game. The call ended. Meghan set her phone down slowly, the weight of possibility settling around her. Harry approached. What was that about a personal project? She met his eyes with a mysterious smile. Something that could change everything. Harry sighed, but a smile tugged at his lips. Here we go again. The California comeback. If Netflix thought they had the exclusive loyalty of the Duchess of Sussex, they were mistaken. Meghan Markle was moving, plotting, recalibrating. She was ready to charm the next big player in the streaming world, ready, even, to risk controversy for relevance. Hollywood loved a comeback. And in Montecito, the next one had just begun to take shape. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment and share.